he's a really good fighter, and this is a challenge for me. Like they say, I have everything to lose because he's coming to weight classes. And winning for me means a lot, especially in this fight because it's a big fight. And I'm here in boxing to make history.
If you win this fight, does it push your legacy?
I'm gonna win.
When you win this fight, does it push your legacy up even further?
Of course, but I'm not thinking about lose. I'm ready. I can feel it. I'm ready right now. If the fight is right now, I'm ready. My style don't change because I can do everything. I can box, I can go forward, I can counter punch, I can do whatever I want. The sparring is very important, to get ready for the fight. Obviously, need to be as good as my opponent, right? Everybody have issues with that kind of style. But I'm working for that, and I have the experience to face every style now, and I'm different. Yeah, but yeah.
Man, what's up, fight fans? It's official. I'm gonna be the third man ringside, calling the Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford fight September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. Historic event for many reasons for both fighters. Super middleweight supremacy on the line, legacies on the line, your namesake and reputation is on the line. And I just take my hat off to both of these fighters for putting everything on the line late in their careers the way that they are. This is rare, and it's becoming more and more rare in boxing. Guys don't want this kind of smoke. They really see y'all in Vegas, man. Part of me wants to be home watching this fight in street clothes, but I gotta take the street clothes off. I got work to do. I gotta put that suit on, get ringside with John and Max, and call this fight like I know we can. Huge event, huge implications, historic night, and I'm happy to be a part. I hope to see you in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. If not, man, tune in live on.
What's up, Danger?
This is Saul Canelo Alvarez.
What's up, Danger?
This is Terrence Bud.
How many fighters have ever been called the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? These are two of them. And they're going to...
September 13th, the moment arrives.
Can't stop me now!
Canelo versus Crawford. A true
Canelo versus Crawford coming up very soon. Who do you got for that one? How do you see it going?
It's going to be a great fight in the beginning because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too. I mean, it's not like it's a for sure thing. It just seems that Canelo has speed and his power at that weight, so it's gonna be hard for Crawford to do anything.
I think Saul Canelo Alvarez is hungrier than. Let me tell you why. Let me count the ways, okay? First of all, Canelo Alvarez, if you look at that press conference or the first series of press conferences where Canelo said one thing, he thinks that His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh is against him.
And I know Turkey is...
Now, Terrence Crawford in the second press conference walked up to Saul Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez pushed him because he didn't like that shit. He thought he was being fronted on. And he looked at Crawford and he said, I'm going to...
Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's going to knock him out. But
I think Canelo's going to hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terrence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well, too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's going to hurt.
His most anticipated showdown is here. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford, a historic collision between two pound-for-pound kings. one chasing immortality, the other daring to rewrite the rules of greatness. Canelo brings decades of experience, a granite chin, and the kind of power that ends careers. He's conquered multiple divisions and now stands as the undisputed king at 168 pounds. But this fight isn't about titles. It's about legacy. It's about proving he's still the face of boxing. Crawford, on the other hand, is the definition of brilliance. Sharp, composed, and unrelenting. He made 147 look easy. Now he's stepping into dangerous waters against a naturally bigger, stronger opponent. Critics question the weight jump, but Crawford isn't coming to survive. He's coming to dominate.
At the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower.
Yeah.
So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Canelo is the bigger guy, right? But
he ain't the bigger guy.
That's what they say. They say he's wider, he's got more mass. How are you feeling about Bud going in there taking on Canelo's power?
Hey, shit, I don't give a fuck about that power. Well, how you beat power?
Speed.
You said what?
Speed.
And what else?
IQ.
Timing.
That's why you're the coach and I'm not.
I mean, you make some good, you got some good answers, but that power ain't gonna be able to sustain throughout the fight. Watch. And he usually slows down between 6 and 7. You slow down, that's okay.
I just feel that, in boxing, weight divisions are made there they make him for a purpose. And I highly respect and say pound for pound, the best fighter is Crawford by far and beats anyone. But when you start putting weight on and you go up a weight and you fight these guys like Canelo, even though Canelo might be now getting a little bit older and it might be slowing down a little bit, but he's still going to be very dangerous. That punch power, you're still going to get tagged, you're still going to get hit. You're going to have to spar heavier guys to get ready for that anyway, so you're going to be taking a lot of wear.
Regardless of what Saul Canelo Alvarez may say about, we're professionals, he doesn't like shit talking and stuff like that, he seems to fight up in those situations. If you think about Caleb Plant and how they were not even kind of beefing, they were definitely beefing, and how Saul Canelo Alvarez, how focused he was. Really, that was his last. Canelo Alvarez, he may not like when he feels that way, but he fights better that way. He's hungry. I just think Terence Bud Crawford is more relaxed. And I was saying that yesterday. He seems relaxed. And you would think, okay, this is his biggest fight, so he's probably at his hungriest, and this is...
Intelligence, yes. Standing trade, depends on if it's work for him or not. Crawford know how to adjust in every second, every minute. That's why he's the best. Y'all bums don't want to believe it. That's why he's the best. However we got to get the job done, our hand will be raised. That's it. Now I don't give a fuck how you like it or how you slice it. He gonna get his hand raised. That's it.
It's tailor-made for a guy like Crawford in terms of stylistically, the way how Crawford is able to adjust to anyone's style, and he's a switch hitter, and he's also boxes. He has long arms. I believe he's taller than Canelo as well too. He has the size advantage. Like, granted, he's not wider in terms of the muscle mass or whatnot, but he has what it takes to upset the boxing world and be the victor in that fight, man. I genuinely believe Bud is going to be the one that comes out with his Canelo. I feel like he needs to worry about Crawford's footwork. Canelo's footwork has never really been fast. People want to blame it on, he's getting older. No. His feet has always been like this. He couldn't keep up with Floyd. It was hard for him to keep up with Lara.
The buildup has been electric. Andre Ward joining the commentary team. Netflix turning the fight into a cinematic event. Analysts divided, former champions warning of size and strength. Yet the energy from both camps speaks volumes. Canelo is fired up, disrespected, motivated. He wants to remind the world who he is. Crawford, calm but intense, has promised to silence everyone with precision, speed, and unmatched IQ. This isn't just a fight. It's a generational moment.
Fight my fight, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they have their opinions. They have, you know, they what's going to happen in the fight, you know, but they don't know what they talking about. They just got to watch the fight, you know, and then after the fight, then they make they comments, because a lot of people is just premeditated and just, you know, fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. You know, that goes to show, you know, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Because, you know, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, you know, all these things that all the media say I was, then he wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, you know, need all the help that, you know, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs, because, you know, after, you know, September 13th, there'll be no...
Crawford, my boy. I'm going to ride with him, but I keep going back and forth, man. Terrence is such a dog, bro. Like he gonna come and bring the best out of whoever. He gonna make you stay on his P's and Q's. He adjusts to every thing. Wow. He's just he a great fighter. Canelo can't deal with boxers. The thing is, can Terrence Crawford box 12 rounds and stay focused on what he needs to do? I keep going back and forth with, because he can beat him, but he just got to stay focused on what he needs to do, and that's box. Because Canelo, I ain't gonna say he can't, he just have a hard time dealing with it. So we gonna see, and can Bud, you know, stand that power that Canelo, you know, giving. But like T-Bud get hit sometimes, because he wanna prove to people that he a dog, and
okay,
you know,
there's just something about this one that makes it special. I don't know if it's the stakes on the line for Bud Crawford moving all the way up. I don't know if it's Canelo having this rejuvenation and this refocused mindset and attitude toward this fight to once again, even though he doesn't really need to prove that he's one of the greatest ever, once again taking that challenge. Netflix deal is here with the Ring magazine and Turkey El Sheikh trying to breathe life into the sport of boxing. But this one just is so important, I think, on a massive scale for what boxing's new era is going to be, and stepping into a new plane and becoming, you know, a sport that is refocused, especially here in America, as one of the big sports that we want to watch. And I think it all really starts.
Best fight in boxing, bar none. You know, we've got two of the best fighters in the world, and Terrence Crawford trying to do what no other's done before, a four division world champion, and, you know, jumping up from light middleweight now to super middle, trying to achieve the unachievable against Canelo Alvarez, who is pound for pound. Can he do it? I think he can. I think that this guy creates history. Terrence Crawford is, I said it, I think that he lives with any welterweight. His best weight really has been at welterweight. He lives with any welterweight in any division for me, and that's including all the greats. You know, you're going back to your Roberto Durans, Sugar Ray Leonards, all those guys. I think that he is that good. And we find out in September. It's going to be a fantastic.
Two elite minds, two iconic resumes, one winner. If Crawford pulls it off, he cements himself among the greatest fighters of all time. If Canelo wins, he becomes the first two-time undisputed champion in different divisions. On September 13th, history won't wait. Canelo versus Crawford legacy is on the line. Who walks away with it?